Oh BMW, how I used to love you. From the playful E30 M3 and the absolutely insane I would never want to own but secretly want to own E60 V10 M5. But things have changed since the golden days of BMW. Did you hear about this BS? They're charging a subscription for you to use features that come with the car? Just like friggin' Candy Crush? Or whatever game my mom's addicted to right now?
Tasty.
Yeah, today on Blinker Fluid, BMW is descending into failure. And oh, also, is this the dystopian future that we were warned about? Let's go. Real quick, I want to thank Masterworks.io for sponsoring today's video, because the annual inflation rate in the US accelerated to 9.1% in June of 2022. Which is the highest it's ever been since November 1981, the same year that the Oldsmobile Cutlass was the most popular car on the market. So yeah, it's been a while since we've seen price increases like this. And even if you do have a good job working hard and saving, 9.1% inflation means a vacation, sizable down payment, a car, it's gone. The market can't save you either, even if you're managing your investments really well. Look at this. You know how incredibly difficult it is to get a 12% return in today's market? Good luck with that. Experts are saying that portfolios will literally flatline, and that's if you're lucky. So, if your money's no good with the banks or an investment account, what can you do? In situations like these, we can take a cue from the world's best investors. Because a groundbreaking Ernst & Young study last year revealed that 8 in 10 ultra high net worth individuals invest in alternatives. Things like real estate, gold, private equity. But B of A's CIO recommends investing in one specific high-performing alternative to rescue your cash: fine art. And 2/3 of millionaires already hedge against inflation with art, according to the UBS. Because the last time inflation was this high, art appreciated by an unprecedented 33.2% annually. No wonder Bloomberg tried to warn investors earlier this year, saying, art can serve as an inflation hedge in almost any environment. The only problem? Well, folks like you and I don't exactly have tens of millions of dollars laying around to buy Banksy's and Basquiat's. That's where Masterworks comes in. They're helping people keep their cash intact by offering fractional investments in the top 1% of the art world. And best of all, they've delivered an unbelievable 25% net return for the last 4 years in a row, through the pandemic, a bear market, and scathing inflation. Legally, I'll add that past performance isn't a guarantee of future results, but it's no wonder why people have invested over $500 million with them. And after they sold a painting last week for an incredible 27% net return, they saw signups increase by 682%. That, combined with the fact that they speak to every investor to make sure that art is right for them, means there is a wait list. But I'm gonna hook you guys up with priority access to skip the line. And it's as easy as clicking the link down in the description. So go check out masterworks.io and see if it's for you. And thank you for supporting the sponsors that support us. Now, back to the show. Now, I get it. You and me, we often joke about BMW. It does, after all, stand for break my wallet, right? Anyway, but that's not totally fair. BMW means performance as well. Every M car is amazing in its own right. And cars like the 335i with the German 2J, well, they have become legendary for their tuning capabilities. That anti-lag never gets old. And that's because they've spent a lot of time making themselves the ultimate driving machine. Even as far back as, well, a certain mustached man ruined a lot of things. BMW was all about performance. Their aircraft in World War II were the fastest ones out there. And after the war, they dominated motorcycle racing. Going into the 80s, the M1, the M5, and the new gold standard E30 M3, your boy's favorite, popped onto the scene. And BMW cemented themselves as the premium performance company. Over the 90s, the German brands separated into their own categories. You bought a Mercedes if you were old and wanted everybody to know that you had a bunch of moolah. You bought an Audi if you couldn't afford a Mercedes. And you bought a Porsche to celebrate because you got promoted to partner at the dental firm. And it had to be silver. BMW though. You bought a BMW because you wanted to go fast. The E36 and the E39 were drivers' cars first, and the M3 and M5 were legendary.
Legend? Wait for it.
That reputation helped make BMW one of the best-selling luxury brands in the world. And then there was this fall from grace. because there was just one problem: SUVs. And come here, don't get me wrong, BMW did make some SUVs. They just weren't amazing. And that mattered during the 2000s when the world had SUV fever. Mercedes, Audi, and newcomers to the luxury market like Acura and Lexus all made a ton of SUVs that had a ton of options. Even Porsche started making the Cayenne, which ultimately pretty much saved their company, to cash in on the frenzy. The problem for BMW is that they were the performance brand, but no one gives a crap about how well a luxury SUV performs, and that's what brings us to the world now, when poor BMW isn't number one anymore. Last year, they did manage to beat Mercedes again, but that was after a very long, like more than a $5 foot long, dry spell. They were just behind the times in the SUV world, which is only going to get worse for them because now they're behind in the electric world. And that's where Mercedes is shining right now. Sure, BMW, they had the i3, but no one wanted it. It was just kind of too weird. And even though I think that they're cool for being rear-wheel drive, the looks are so bad that I really don't think anyone even cares about them. It doesn't help at all that they're like 3 times the price of a Leaf, and BMW doesn't seem to want to fix the issue. They could, if they wanted to win, cash in on performance, make performance-oriented EVs that take on Teslas. Instead, they take a turn to the dark side hard. I mean, you and me, we're like the same person, so that's why you're subscribed here, and you like heated seats, right? Well, yeah, especially when it's snowing. And I wouldn't pay for it, but then I'm not someone that buys new luxury vehicles all the time. Those people generally don't care about how much something costs. And those people probably don't even care about what BMW is trying to do. Everyone else on planet Earth though, you know, looks like me and that guy buying a used car, well, we buy cheaper cars and care about money. And this is where we need to be upset, because those heated seats, they are a monthly subscription on the BMW. Yes, and who knows what else? That means in the future, if you buy a used Beamer, you may not have access to a lot of features, or you may have to keep paying for your car after you pay it off. That is absolute garbage. Unfortunately, it's not like BMW is going to be the only one doing this. Even now, Porsche has services like Porsche Drive. That doesn't really prevent you from any features on the car, but it gave them a taste of what people were willing to pay. Now, BMW will have you paying a monthly fee to unlock real car features like heated seats. So how soon until someone like Tesla forces you to pay for extra performance? I mean, after all, their entire car is software driven. There really is no reason that they can't already do it. Of course, there are workarounds. People have been hacking cars since the first computer chip ever struck an engine. In fact, tuning culture is basically centered around jailbreaking proprietary hardware. So how soon does someone just simply mess with the wiring or hack the program and bypass BMW's security lock? I mean, I guarantee it's already happened. The problem is that companies like BMW don't care about hackers. They are operating just like those phone games that are free. What they want are people to buy the service, never use it, and forget to cancel the service. Those people will end up paying a ton of money, way more than the theoretical money that some hackers save by bypassing it. And personally, and I think I'm speaking on behalf of a lot of people, this makes me really dislike BMW. They were already losing because of their quality issues, lack of innovation, and that pig snout. Yeah, that one. And with the introduction of the subscription service, I'm done with them. I won't buy a new Beamer. But I wasn't going to anyway. And that's why they're going to keep doing it. I'm all for voting with your wallet, but these luxury car companies don't care. Most of us aren't their target audience. And yes, I don't have this crystal ball right. Oh, well I do, but it won't let me see if it will allow Mercedes to pull further ahead in sales. I mean, I imagine it will. Luxury cars are supposed to be luxurious, and paying for a subscription feels incredibly cheap. More importantly for the rest of us, what we have to be incredibly vigilant of and be prepared to fight at every turn is what happens next. Rest assured, the minute Nissan thinks that they can get away with it, or Ford figures out that they can charge people extra money per month, guess what? Yeah, they will. And it's up to us to protect the right to repair, because that's the safety net that keeps car hacking legal. And brother, we are gonna need it. So, thanks for watching. I know a lot of this new car stuff can be pretty depressing. So check out these other blinker fluids right here to lighten the mood. I'm Brad, this is Ideal. Please subscribe, turn on that notification bell, and promise me one thing, keep living the ideal lifestyle.